श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। ॐ नारायणः परो व्यक्तात् अण्डमव्यक्तसम्भवम् अण्डस्यान्तस्त्विमे लोकाः सप्तद्वीपा च मेदिनी। We saw the commentary to the 21st verse. Talks about, in the first line, a sadhana for contentment. And what is the sadhana? Cultivating vairagya. So the vairagya, dispassion towards external objects, itself gives a certain contentment because I am not at the mercy of the presence or the absence of certain objects for my good, happy disposition or for my ill disposition. I am not the mercy of the external world. This itself is a relief, and this contentment is the precursor, or it's in a small form, the contentment that is to be discovered by knowledge. And what is the contentment discovered by knowledge? I am the source of all contentment. That is the contentment. So the ones who are Brahmavits, who are Brahma Yoga Yuktatma, who have quote unquote attained this oneness with Brahman. Why quote unquote? Because they are already Brahman. But those who have attained this oneness, so to speak, with the help of knowledge, discovered that they are no longer tied to or identified with the finite body, the finite mind, the finite senses, etc., how did they get there? By practicing, cultivating dispassion. Dispassion towards external objects. So we have the sadhana in the first line, the cultivation of dispassion along with the pursuit of the knowledge, plus the pursuit of the knowledge is equal to Atmananda. Atmajnanam, Vairagya plus Atmajnanam, Vairagya, and the contentment born of Vairagya plus Atmajnanam pursuit leads one to understanding Atma as Ananda. Atma here is oneself. So that we saw, and then a little caveat by the Bhashyakara at the end. Brahma Vishaya Pritehe Nivartayet. Bhashya Vishaya Pritehe Nivartayet. Please withdraw. Please withdraw. May one withdraw from the love of objects. Nothing wrong with loving objects, but thinking that they are causing me happiness, that is the addiction. So here Preeti must be taken as addiction, not love. So withdrawing from the addiction to outside external objects, thinking that they are pleasing me. Why? Because they are momentary. Withdrawing from the indriyas, the sense organs, which are the point of contact to the external world, withdrawing them. The one who is akshaya sukharthi. If you are after the limitless ananda, this is what you want to do. No, I am fine with limited ananda. Okay, this doesn't apply to you. You can continue to be so and so private limited. No problem. You can continue to be that. But if you want Atmananda, then the person of wanting Atmananda, Akshaya Sukharthi, wanting the Ananda that is limitless, Indriyani Nivartayet. May one withdraw the sense organs from Kshanikayaha Bhashya Vishaya Pritehe. From the objects which are momentary, which give momentary happiness and which are external to oneself, this becomes a sadhana. Itascha nivartayet. This is the sambandha, small little sambandha. Itascha means what else should one withdraw from? This is going to be told in the next verse. Very important verse, 22nd verse. ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगाः दुःखयोनय एव ते आद्यन्तवन्तः कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधः. Together. ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगाः दुःखयोनय एव ते आद्यन्तवन्तः कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधः. So, न तेषु रमते बुधः. Buddha means the one who is wise, the one who is has self-knowledge. The enlightened ones, the ones who are no longer seeking something or the other, no longer seeking happiness, seeking this, seeking that, the ones who are absolutely happy being by themselves, being in themselves, Atmani eva Atmana Tushtaha. Atmani Tushtaha, Atmana Tushtaha. Happy by themselves, happy in themselves. Such people, what do they do? Or rather, what do they not do? Naramate. Such a person, naramate, does not dwell, does not revel. In what? Teshu. In them. And who is this them? What is this them? So from the bhogaha, from the bhogaha. Bhoga means objects of enjoyment. They do not revel in the objects of enjoyment. Buddhaha na teshu ramate. And teshu means yeshu, yehi bhogaha teshu naramate buddhaha. All the things that are objects of enjoyment, finite and short-lived in nature, in them the wise do not revel. The wise are not always reveling in them or pursuing them. And then why? The two reasons are given. Because what kind of bhogas? First we'll see what kind of bhogas. They are samsparshajaha bhogaha. The word bhogaha is qualified by an adjective samsparshajaha. So the enjoyments is qualified by an adjective. What kind of adjective? Samsparshebhyaha jataha. So jayate iti jaha. Samsparsha jaha. Samsparshebhyaha jayante iti bhogaha. So now these bhogas, they are born of what? They are born of the contact with the sense organs with what? Sense objects. Yeah, don't say moon. Okay, yeah. Contact of the sense organs with their respective, we have to add, respective sense objects. Like the eyes cannot be paired with sound. Yeah, the eyes contacted the sound. They cannot. So the pairing of the sense organs with their respective sense objects is in the discussion here. So these bhogaha, these fivefold bhogaha, enjoyments, various kinds of enjoyments centered on sights, sounds, fragrances, aromas, what else? Tastes and textures. Textures also give happiness. And then if when you go to sleep, if if the bed sheets are like a porcupine, you will not like it. The bed sheet should be soft, should not be like sleeping on a cactus. Okay, and so therefore this is all the respective sense objects which are connected to or identified by the respective sense organs. Why? Because there is a longing, there is a latching on. You can't blame the sense organs. They are just journalists. They just report. Here is a soft velvety texture. Oh really? You say. Let me go and touch it. Who is the let me go and touch it? Who is that one? Ahankara. Ahankara tells the mind, go see what is there. And the mind happily trots off, but it needs a servant. It cannot go on its own. So what is the servant? Sense of touch here. Sense of touch is the servant. It says, go find out what is this. Just like in the Kenopanishad, go find out who this yaksha is. Same thing. And so there Indra is the mind, and the mind is telling Agni, Vayu, etc., various sense organs, sight, etc., all them, go find out what that is. That looks interesting. And there is a longing. So on the one side, the ahankara is fanning the longing, and then the other side, the mind is telling, come on, the longing has grown into a fire. Quick, 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 go find out what that is. And then what is there? Thimble full of water to douse that fire. What happened? It burns brighter. And then you have to go in search of something else. This is called samsparshajaha bhogaha. Bhogas, objects of enjoyments or the experiences of enjoyment born of the contact between the sense organs and the respective corresponding sense objects. So, okay, that sounds good. Yeah, we are all set because 5 sense organs and 5 sensations based on the sense objects, no problem. I will just, the mind is giving them orders. What is wrong with this scenario? Lord Krishna says, Dukkha yonayaha evate. They are all Yonis. Yonis means birth canals. They are birth canals of disappointment. They lead to dukkha. They are the source of dukkha. You go to great extents to do this, and then what is the result? The result of all this is dukkha. Anything you pursue in samsara, what is the result? Dukkha. Why do Vedantins have to be such downers? It's like, all the time. Downers, don't go here, don't go there, don't smell this. At least I was having fun smelling whatever they made for Bhandara. Now, don't do that. That is short-lived. This is gone. This is anatma. That is mithya. Oh, what's wrong with these Vedantins? All the time saying, just lead a boring life. Like the what are they called? The 3 monkeys of Gandhiji. Don't see anything, don't hear anything, don't speak anything. What kind of a life is this? This is really boring. And then all because accidentally one day I said, I wonder why everything is so finite. Where is the infinite? Let me have it. Accidental mumukshu I was, like an accidental tourist. Yes, I was an accidental mumukshu. I just strayed over there out of my regular lane. And then what happened? And suddenly grabbed, put in front of the teachings, and then night and day, withdraw. At least little bit of pleasure I was having, Looked in the dining hall, it was the same vegetable which I was allergic to, not physically, emotionally allergic to. Then I just said, okay, let me order something from outside. Small joys, small pleasures. And these Vedantins, they are killjoys, okay, Little pleasure here, there. I just go a little bit graze here, graze there, nibble here. That doesn't mean I'm not a good student. I'm a very sincere student. 100% attendance. Yes. I'm just doing a few things. What is wrong? See, this has to be understood properly. So what was this up till now? Purva Paksha, okay, yeah. Auto-generated Purva Paksha. Yeah. If AI were to write a Bhashya, then we can direct chat GPT to generate Purva Pakshas. Then it would be auto-generated PP, Purva Paksha. Then what would be the Siddhanta? What would be the answer to that? Now you give the answer, because I raised the Purva Paksha. What is the answer to this? I didn't ask you to withdraw so quickly, okay? That the verse is still saying, okay? We haven't yet gone there. So what is the thing? Looks like everybody is under the spell of Purva Paksha. Come out of that, Yeah, come out of that. And how to come out of that? Very easy. Let me give you a very quick formula to come out of that. Think of the last disappointment that you had. Oh, that was only 5 minutes ago. Good. Yes. Think about that. Dwell on that. Dwell on the last disappointment, and if that doesn't bring vairagya, dwell on a series of disappointments. Okay? No, but that will make me depressed. Exactly. That's the point. Because then you will see that depression does not belong to you. What does it belong to? The pursuit of the finite causes the depression and the disenchantment, the hopelessness, the pain, the sorrow is centered not on you. You are Satchidanandam Brahma. What is it centered on? It is centered on this maddening pursuit of the finite, thinking it to be infinite. It's a most elusive pursuit which always leads in disappointment. This is why it is called dukkha yonaya. All you have to do is objectively, Don't be partisan about it. Objectively analyze the last 3 big disappointments in your life. And then you will say, thank God I am here. Absolutely. You will see that. You will immediately see that all the habits of going after everything that glitters has led me to be a very disenchanted person, a hopeless person. Because the hopelessness is a kavacha, it is a protection. Because if I stop hoping, then I will hopefully stop getting disappointment. That is the idea. But it doesn't work that way. Because one's nature is all joy, and joy is not opposite of hopelessness. And so therefore, here there is an opportunity to analyze until it is threadbare all the times in which one was disappointed. Small disappointments, big disappointments, small disappointments which at that time appeared as big disappointments. Big disappointments which appeared as giant, humongous disappointments. All of them we see. We see without the scales of subjectivity, shobhana adhyasa, the overlay of something that the object doesn't have, and where it has led us. When we see, then we see the truth of this verse. Yehi samsparshaja bhogaha, all those objects of enjoyments and the enjoyments themselves, dukkhayonayaha evate, they are the cause of sorrow. They end in sorrow. And this is something the 17th chapter also will elucidate and talk about it. It will talk about 3 kinds of happiness. The happiness born of sattva, sattvic happiness. This is not Atmananda. Sattvic happiness, what does it look like? In the beginning there is pain, and later on it is happy. One is happy. Like one goes to the gym, pain. Then goes to the gym again, pain. Then pain. And after 1 month one becomes strong, happy. That leads to happiness. Sattvic happiness is like that. Same thing. In the beginning, Vedanta is really? So sometimes it could be. If the mind is, too much everywhere, it could be, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? So 2 months have gone from the 3-month course, and suddenly there is an epiphany. OMG, look at that. Everything that I studied in the 2 months is just now, what should I say? The neurons are finally firing. I got it. So in the beginning, confusion, pain perhaps, and then at the end, sukha. All sattvic pursuits give rise to this kind of an happiness, whereas the 17th chapter is going to say the rajasic pursuits, what do? They cause happiness in the beginning. Yay, yippee, zip line. What is that? That's a pursuit, okay? That's also another purushartha, all right? What is that? What kind of a purushartha? You just don't get all Vedantic, okay? We are describing an activity. Chillax, okay? So what you do is you catch hold of one hook that is on a line, and then you pretend to be one of those, what are they called? Ski lifts, and then you come down with it, yeah. You come down like that, okay? Yeah. So this is, now I even forgot why I gave that example. Look at that. Yeah. Everything has to be explained. This is what will happen. What were we talking about? Yeah, Rajasic. Yeah. So in the beginning it's happy, and then what? Suddenly then there is some ominous sound. Dhadam. Finished. Yeah. Kshine loke, kshine punnye, martya lokam vishanti. So, and then nobody dies, just 2-3 bones that have just, been shaken up. Yes, that's all it is. They don't know where to go. They have to be set. Reset button has to be pressed on the bones with aluminum plates and nails and all these things. Not nails, there's a more elegant word for it. Screws, yeah. Why? Because I lost some of them. That's why new screws have to be inserted. And so this is Rajasic happiness. The Rajasic happiness is like a gush of happiness in the beginning, because I have not seen, the Rajasic person is too impulsive, does not see the cause and consequence connection. What is that? Cause-effect connection has not been followed through, and then impulsively rushes into it. There is a gush of happiness followed by sorrow. And what about Tamasic happiness? Tamasic happiness is sad in the beginning, sad in the middle, and sad at the end. Then why do you call it happiness? Because something, maybe there is a little bit of accidental satisfaction between the middle and the end. There is a little bit of satisfaction somewhere. So therefore, all these things are going to be described. But here what is being described is not just sattvic happiness, rajasic happiness, tamasic happiness, but the happiness centered on the I. The happiness centered on the gunas are again anatma. And then they are also dukkha yoni. They are also dukkha yonayah. So that is the first fallacy with these kinds of bhogaha, which are described as samsparshajaha bhogaha, the contact bond, contact high that you get between the contact of the sense organs with the sense objects. What you get is what kind of a high is it? Born of contact and born of sorrow. Their source is itself sorrow. That is the first fallacy, is that they are the source of dukkha. And then the second dosha, the second flaw in these kinds of joys is they are adyantavantaha. So they are fraught with beginning and end. That means what? They are finite. That we can say they are the cause of sorrow because they are finite, or because they are finite they are the cause of sorrow. Either way we can take, or we can take them as two different reasons why not to rush after these kinds of enjoyments, because they cause sorrow and they are finite. And then therefore nateshu ramate budhaha nateshu ramate. The Buddhas, the wise ones, do not, here actually it's singular, but the wise ones do not go after them, do not get addicted to them. Ramate means repeated revelry, which is an addiction. Repeated revelry means repeatedly going after them, it's an addiction. So if we get addicted to these things, they are the cause of sorrow. Just like alcohol, even though it is called happy hour. Yeah, it's only unhappy people going there. Happy hour for who? The bartender. That's all. Not for anybody else. Okay. And so Bhashya, he means yasmat, because. So some other things also one should withdraw from, because. See, in English, we cannot start a sentence with because. Such rules don't exist in Sanskrit. Happily, we can start with because. So, because yehi samsparshajaha. What is that? Vishaya indriya samsparshebhyah jataha bhogaha. So, Vishaya means what? Objects. Why? Vishinoti badhnati iti vishayah. That which binds is called Vishaya. Vishinoti badhnati iti vishayah. So the word Vishaya has the meaning embedded in it, like all Sanskrit words. So Vishaya means that which potentially binds. That which binds is known as Vishaya. And this Vishaya along with Indriya. Indriya means what? The senses, sense organs. So the combination or the contrast, the contact, between the objects that bind and the sense organs that are saying, tie me up, tie me up. Between them, there is a born of this contact, these enjoyments. So the enjoyments of sight, born of sight, born of sound, born of taste, born of textures, born of various aromas, they are the cause of sorrow. As long as I am in the driver's seat and enjoy them, then they are not the cause of sorrow. But if they take over, the objects themselves come to life in a kind of a dystopic universe. The objects come to life, and what do? They tie up the driver of the car and then throw the driver in the trunk of the car, lock the trunk, throw away the key and drive off the car. What will you have? No car, bekar you will have. Yes, there will be no car at all. There will be no car because it will go land in a ditch. It will go all over the place. Why? Who is driving it? Drunk drivers in the form of binding ragas and dveshas. So here the point is that I should not, because I am a Vedantin, I should have a sour face and a boring life. That is not it. That is not it at all. The thing is to be vigilant about who is wielding the desires or the objects of desires. Am I operating the desire and the sense organs and their contact, or is it being operated upon for me by the raga dveshas? If the latter is the case, then this verse comes true and everything that is there said here comes true. So what should be the truth? The former is the truth. I should be in the driver's seat. I should be able to say, this is enough indulgence, because I know myself. I know which indriyas and which objects and what are the weak spots of the mind. This is my weakness. People will say this. No, I should not have sugar. Why? Do you have diabetes? No, I don't have diabetes, but if I have too much sugar, I feel crazy. I do not like being under the grip of sugar. And you can replace sugar with anything, coffee or sugar or any other addictive substance. I know that this is where I should not stray. If I stray here, coming back is harder, almost impossible. So I put some niyama, some kind of limits, some kind of rules to guide my life. Why? Because I am after the prize, not a consolation prize. I am after the first prize, in fact the one and only prize. What is that? Brahman, non-dual Brahman, which is sorrow-free Brahman, which does not require me to pursue anything to be joyful. That Brahman alone I want. So for that reason I am able to give up these small joys, especially if I find that I am caught in them. So with every desire we have to ask ourselves a question. Is it a binding desire or is it a non-binding desire? Badnati nava. Is it a binding desire or not? What do you mean by binding desire? It creates pressure for you to follow it. If you don't follow it, it makes you follow it because the addiction is very, very, very strong and sometimes even unconscious. And so therefore, this is called binding desires. When you find yourself saying, I can't live without fill in the blank, okay? It could be an object, a person, a thing, whatever it is, a relationship, a condition of the mind. I can't live without, whenever you say that, that means that whatever you have filled up the blank with is what? Binding desire. Oh, I have too many of them. Yes, we do. No problem in that. What should I do now? I can't give them up. Don't give them up. Make the binding desire into non-binding desire. How? How to make the binding desire into non-binding desire? So, by deferred fulfillment. So, you want this particular thing right now. You want it yesterday, as the teenagers will say when they speak. Mom, I want it yesterday. So, you want it right now. You tell yourself, just like one would tell a child, do something, go play for 2 hours and then you can have it. You tell yourself that. Go do something for 2 hours and you can have it now at 4 o'clock. Maybe it is 2 o'clock now. You can have it at 4 o'clock. And then what? You are waiting, when it will be 4 o'clock, when it will be 4 o'clock, when it will be 4 o'clock. You wish you were like baby Krishna. Why? It is said that in a story, baby Krishna went to the mother and said, can I have a mug? Can I have a glass? Dehi me chashakam. Chashakam, can I have a glass? Kimartham? Mother said, what do you want glass for? Payaha, baby Krishna, to drink milk. Patum, payaha. In order to drink milk, I want it. The child is being logical. And the mother says, no milk now. Cows are sleeping. Cows are grazing. No milk now. Oh, when milk? When it is night, then milk. What is night, Mata? What is night? And the mother patiently explains, when everything is dark and you cannot see anything, then we call it night. 2 minutes later, he is at her sari, dehi chashakam. What for? Patum payaha, in order to drink milk. I just told you, milk is available only at night. Look at me, Mom. And he has closed his eyes tightly. I can't see anything, it is night. Give me milk. This is the force, a very cute binding desire here. And so the urgency-backed desires are called binding desires. And then, therefore, we don't do away with the desire. What do? We learn to manage it first by what it is about to detonate. You see it in James Bond movies. Tick, 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 tick. Some bomb somewhere which is going to blow up the whole of the city, some city in Europe. And James Bond goes, and then you have to cut the right wire. The wrong wire means finish. Okay, yeah. And then it is what? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, clip. Yeah. This is what you do to the desires, the force of the desires, you stop them from detonating. You neutralize the urgency right then and there. How? If you say you can't have it, the desire is going to kidnap you, I tell you. Yeah. And throw you under the bus. Shut up, get lost. Who needs you anyway? That's what it's going to tell you. No, but what about Vedanta? Vedanta, Shmedanta. That is also under the bus. Stop going to these classes, they are messing with your head. Just stay at home. This is what you will get. So therefore, the approach must be cautious. Yeah, just think of James Bond, what he would do in this situation. Very cautious. Cautious but sure-footed, Then the Viveka Vairagya that was drilled into one from the Tattva Bodha days is recalled. Special agents, please come and help here. And you don't say, I'm not, you can't have this, you don't tell the Ahankara. Ahankara is beyond reason here. It has gone into a primal state about which Adi Shankara is going to talk in this Bhashya itself. It has receded to a primal state. You cannot, Ahankara is not available for logic or reasoning. What to do then? Just like how you would soothe a child, you will say, you can have milk at night. And all children are not as clever as baby Krishna. They will go away thinking, let me play for some more time, milk will come. And so you have to tell this being, the being that is addicted to the object of this raga dvesha, that this will be fulfilled, but not right now. This is not a matter of instant gratification. Binding desires are those, one more definition, that which ask for, demand instant gratification. Those are what are called binding desires. Instantly I need to be gratified. Right now I need this. Just now I have to have this or else. This is a binding desire. You don't say, I'm not going to gratify you. You say, let's have a staring contest. You know staring contest? What is a staring contest? Whoever blinks first loses. So let's have a staring contest. Let us see how long we can do this. You tell yourself 2 hours. And then for those 2 hours, don't sit waiting, looking at the watch. No, that's a very bad way to spend the time. And that will not make the binding desire non-binding. What do you have to do? You have to busy yourself. If possible, expend some calories. Go running, go walking, jump up and down for no reason at all. Dance in your room, do whatever you want. Sing, do whatever you want. Chances are that after 2 hours, if it's a baby binding desire, it's forgotten. And then next day you say, oh, I never had this. OMG. And then don't go have 2 of them because you left one yesterday. No. Enjoy the redemption from this assailant. Enjoy that the redemptive quality of living without it. If it's not a baby binding desire, 1 hour 50 minutes later, it's going to tap you on the back. 10 more minutes, okay? Don't forget. 10 more minutes. Yes, 10 more minutes. Then what you do? You give into it half. If you were going to have 2 of something, have 1. If you were going to have 1 of something, have half. Need I go on? No. Okay? So like this, have a little less. See if you can get satisfied with a little less. Oh, but there's the other half sitting right there if it's an edible object. Just say, 2 hours later, I will enjoy. So through deferred gratification, the binding desires are slowly conquered. Very, very, very important. The binding desires are slowly, we do Vashikaranam, we conquer the binding desires by delayed gratification, deferred gratification. Incidentally, this is the latest in child rearing techniques. So they say, don't say no to the child. Learn from Mother Yashoda. Just say, you will get milk when? At night. You give a timing. You tell the child, little later, you will get it. And so the child learns to be a well-adjusted adult as it grows up, meaning it can handle disappointment in a healthy way. And now we need to grow ourselves up. If we are to proceed with the Bhagavad Gita and all the gems and the beauty that it has to offer in terms of one's own day-to-day life, then we have to regrow ourselves up, reparent ourselves to see the landmines of various binding desires and issues and learn to detonate them safely without getting hurt and without targeting anybody else. That is the purport of this verse. Continuing. So, in Indriya samsparshebhyah jataha bhogaha. And we have to add to this, these bhogaha have an addictive quality. With addictive qualitayah. Okay, so these are the bhogas with addictive qualities. Bhuktayah, bhukti means these material enjoyments. Bhuktayah, plural. And what are they? Dukkhayonayah eva te. Why are they the cause of sorrow? Why are they the birth canals of sorrow? Avidya kritatvat. Avidya kritatvat. Avidya kritatvat means because there is ignorance and they have been handcrafted, artisanal, handcrafted desires by Mataji. Who is Mataji? Avidya, the matriarch. Oh, she has a business on the side? Yes. She handcrafts all these objects of delight customized to you only. So, avidya kritatvat means what? Because there is ignorance, there is restlessness. There is first of all, even before the precursor to the restlessness, is wrong understanding of the I. No understanding of the I is better than wrong understanding of the I tell you. This is what makes us worse than animals. The wrong understanding of the I am this much and not anymore, nobody loves me, for that matter I also don't like any of them, nobody cares about me, everybody misunderstands me, I misunderstand myself too sometimes, I critique everything and everybody, I critique myself, I have an inner cop who keeps blowing the whistle at every juncture. Something is wrong over there. This person is not behaving. That's illegal. This is immoral. That is unethical. This has too many calories. This is the running commentary of the inner policeman. Fee, blowing whistle all the time. This is how it is. And so these tendencies are extremely inimical. And so these tendencies are the result of wrong knowledge called anyatha jnanam, not ajnanam. Ajnanam cannot cause problems. Cat has ajnanam or not? Yes, it's 155 times more happy than everybody here. Yeah, everybody put together. Why? Because there is no guilt, there is no hurt. There is no feeling, oh, I have been taking my owners for granted. I see them as giant can openers. There is no feeling like that. There is no regret. It doesn't know itself. It doesn't know that I am Satchidanandam Brahma. It doesn't know, it cannot know because it doesn't have the right medium to know in terms of the buddhi. That is introspective. But yet it is happy. Why? Because in this lifestyle, in this lifetime, it is simply a bhoga sharira. It is not a sharira for yoga, only for bhoga. Yoga means union with the truth of myself, union with Ishvara. Even though it is non-separate from Ishvara, it does not have that longing and that alienation. It does not suffer from. But wrong knowledge leads to this alienation, and only the human beings have both ajnanam and anyatha jnanam. Animals are better off, really. And so because of this anyatha jnanam, what happens is that there is suffering, there is a restlessness, because I am not enough, I don't have enough, I lack, I want, I am not okay. And there is free will given, hands and legs are given, buddhi is given. So how do I use the buddhi? To become okay. No matter what one does to become okay, it is never okay enough. How much money can you earn? How much land can you acquire? How much how much famous can you become? Everything is finite. And then even if you become infinitely famous, still in the heart there is a feeling, I could do a little more. This is the problem. Samsara doesn't go away by giving into these urges to become something or the other. In fact, the definition of samsara given by Pujya Swamiji is that it is a life of becoming. Extremely unbecoming this is. And so therefore, avidya kritatvat. Because of avidya, a sense of lack, a sense of self-judgment, inner cop, and then a sense of critique, self-critique, critiquing everything else, sense of disenchantment, dissatisfaction, all this is because of wrong vidya, wrong knowledge. And then after that, that desire, the desire to become something or the other doesn't keep quiet. As we'll see in the next verse, it is going to put pressure on you to become somebody or the other and to keep on becoming. And that pressure translates into action. That action is finite and it will give rise to what kind of results of action? Finite. If the action is finite, will the result be infinite? No. Finite, then when you get the finite results, what you really wanted is to be infinite, and the loop repeats itself. Endless loop of this is called samsara. Avidya kritatvat. And Adi Shankara says, you don't need Bhagavad Gita to know this. To know what? That everything you pursue for happiness ends in sorrow. He says, Drishyante eva. Look around you. Look around you. Look at your own life. And what will you see? Adhyatmika dini, dukkhani, tannimittani eva. Drishyante eva. Drishyante. Where drishyante? Kutra drishyante? Iha. Here only. Asmin loke. In this loka alone, don't think of heaven, etc. In this loka alone, drishyante, are seen. What are seen? Dukkhani drishyante. Sorrows are seen in the world. And what kind of sorrows? Centered on the self. Adhyatmika dukkha. And then centered on one's surroundings. Adhibhautika dukkha. And then centered on Bhagavan, etc. What is that? Adhidaivika dukkha. And tat nimittani cha. Tat nimittani cha means, and their relative causes. You see that, you see the dukkhas, and then you see that these are all and the objects because of which they have arisen. So threefold dukkhas, three sources of dukkhas are talked about here by Adi Shankara, which are there in the world. The first one is what? Centered on, we'll start from the other side. So first one is centered on Bhagavan, for which I have no control. And what is that? The weather. Weather, I had planned a big trip, and then weather, landslide, so many things, and then gone. That is what? Adhi daivika dukkha. So I didn't get what I want, and then so that want itself, and that want for that particular bhoga to be going somewhere on a hike or a trek, and then the weather not cooperating, what happened as a result of that? As a result of that, completely floored, hit the floor, hit the ceiling, woo, nice trek, we are planning, yay, and then hit the floor, and then melted down, had to be carried out of the room in buckets. Okay, so that's what is called a melebs. Oh, I'm going to convert him or her into Vedantin. I'm going to teach them what I know. Oh my God, finally, I never thought this friend would do this. This is such a surprise. They are coming all the way to see me. And they said in their text message, what did they say? I want to experience your life. I want to see how you live. I want to see what is it that is at the ashram that is attracting you so much. And you got delighted, OMG. And you thought, definitely, one Vedanta convert I have. My future Shishya, okay? My disciple to be. And then what happens? They come all right, and then they attend the class all right, and then they go for a walk with you all right, they nod their head at the appropriate time all right, and then the next day they say, I am going on a trip, please come with me. See? Yeah, so many prayags are there. I'm going to this prayag, that prayag, everything. And then you please come with me. See, yesterday we spent the day at the ashram. Did we not? Yeah. I even ate the food. And today, therefore, you have to come with me. And so, suddenly there is a sinking feeling. All the dreams of what? Every dream that you had is gone. So this is Adi Bhautika Dukkhani, one example. And then Adhyatmika, of course, they can be multiplied. Already more than 1.5 months over. I don't feel I'm progressing in this course. Sanskrit is a write-off. Yes, I have just written it off. My body is present, that's all. That's because they keep threatening to take attendance. That's why I'm going. Otherwise, I don't know if I would be going. Sanskrit is a write-off. Vedanta is not far behind because I don't know the difference between one verse and the other. Now really tell me, what is the difference between verse number 20, 21, 22 of chapter 5? Tell me. So all sounds the same. Same thing the teacher has been talking about since yesterday. Same thing. Yeah. And then at this rate, I don't think I'm advancing. And if I'm not advancing, better to have a foothold somewhere else because I'm having a sinking, slipping feeling. So let's have a foothold somewhere else. What should I do after lunch? Maybe I should apply for a job. Maybe I should go for an interview. Maybe I should do this. Or maybe, what's the point if the next 1.5 months of this 3-month course are also going to be like this? What should I do? Push off from here. Yeah, push off from here, silently go away. Maybe that is the best thing. Otherwise, OMG, I will become Ubhaya Bhrashta, neither here nor there. Bhrashta means fallen off both the paths. Yeah. So what will happen if I'm neither for preyas nor for shreyas? What's in between? A huge abyss. OMG. This is what? An example of Adhyatmika Dukkha. None of you here have it. Okay? Yeah. So, nobody has it. I know that. So, this is just for the sake of example. So then, so these are the 3 dukkhas because they are born of avidya and they translate into these kinds of dukkha. And then there is one eva shabda. Dukkhayonayah eva te. And this eva we would just say it just means also or something. We give it a meaning. Padapuranartham. We'll say it is just for the sake of finishing the meter. Not Adi Shankara. He finds out a meaning for eva. What is the meaning of eva? Let us find out. So, yatha ihaloke tatha paraloke api, and we have to borrow the word drishyante there. Drishyante iti gamyate eva shabdat. Eva shabdat this word, because of this word eva, how should we understand it? That all the samsparshajaha bhogaha, enjoyments born of the contact of the object and the subject, they are all what? Finite, lead to sorrow, not only here but in other lokas. Just like in the example of Adhyatmika Dukkha, the person was packing up. Some person was packing up and planning to leave, planning to go, thinking nothing is going to happen, I am not going to be transformed any more than this, I am a loser, whatever feeling one has. And so just like that, one is packing up, maybe I need a different occupation, putting the foothold somewhere. Just like that, some others. Anye, what are the Anye doing? Anye are saying, let me set the sights on another loka. Maybe it is better in what? Brahmaloka. So the problem is not that I am not into Bhagavad Gita. That's not a problem. I am a great student. The problem is the ashram. The problem. I need a change of pace and a change of place. Seeing the same old people everywhere, everybody in white. What is this? It's the morning or what? So I need a change of pace and a change of place. Then I'll be able to focus. And the same teacher all the time, again and again, morning to night, same face I'm seeing every day, everywhere, everything, same. I need a change. What will you do? Tapas. Half the time, tapas. The other half the time, what will you do? Yajna. This is the recipe to go to Brahmaloka. Then you go to Brahmaloka, high hopes, let's say you made it. Yes, Brahmaloka, here I am, wonderful. And the gates magically open, you go there, and then they say, come, please. Ehi, please come. Aswa, sit down. Please sit. Where? Cloud 9. This is reserved for you. Cushiony cloud, backrest, front rest, everything. Cushions under the, what are these called? The knees. And then cushions for lumbar, support for lower back, another support for upper back, everything. Something for the hands. All these things are there. And then what? Brahmaji, the creator, himself comes. He is the teacher. And you say, yeah, this is more like it, I tell you. This is how to study. This is where to study. And then I thought I was a bad student. I'm glad I invested in this. This loka, I will have, what is it called? Krama Mukti. Krama Mukti means gradual liberation. There is such a thing. Some other time you can ask a satsang question. I will tell you what is Krama Mukti. So I'll have Krama Mukti, gradual liberation. I just needed a different atmosphere. See, oh, hello. I'm saying hello to the next student on the next cloud. Hi. Oh, such nice faces. Look at all of them. So much tapas they have done. The radiance of the tapas is in their faces. Yes, this is the way to study. Until what? Until Brahmaji opens the class. What are we studying? Well, here is the syllabus. Morning Bhagavad Gita chapter 5. Followed by Kenopanishad. Okay? Yeah. So, then you have a sinking feeling again. But why are we talking about this? This is the meaning of the word eva. Okay? Yeah. Eva means this is what will happen if you set your sights elsewhere, because nothing is outside of this sorrow. This threefold sorrow will, even paraloka is samsara alone. It is within the realm of samsara. It is not outside of samsara. And so therefore, that is the meaning of the word eva. And yatha ihaloke tatha paraloke api iti gamyate. This should be understood. And then what else? Na samsare sukhasya gandhamatram api asti. Not even a whiff of happiness is available in samsara. That's why the English translation of samsara is some sorrow. Okay? Yeah. Iti buddhva, knowing this, knowing in this manner, Vishaya mrigatrishnikāyāha indriyāni nivartayet. Please bring back the sense organs from the sense objects which are just mere mirages. Whatever you go after is a mirage. It disappears. It totally disappears. And then what else? He also says that one more thing we will see and then we will stop. Na kevalam dukkhayonayah, not only as though it is not bad enough that they are the cause of sorrow, these kinds of enjoyments, they are adyantavantah. They have a beginning and an end. They have the fallacy. Adihi vishayendriya sanyogah bhoganam antah cha tadviyogah. So adyantavantah means what? What is the beginning? The fusion of the subject with the object of delight is the beginning. What is the end? Their separation is the end. Sarve sanyogaha viyogantaha sarve sanyogaha. All the coming togethers are until the falling apart takes place. This is Sureshwaracharya's words, and in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad Vartika. So Vishayendriya Sanyoganam Antah Tadviyogah Eva. Oh, only one more sentence is there. We'll finish it. Ataha Adyantavantaha Anityaha Madhyakshana Bhavitvat. So therefore they are fraught with the fallacy of having a beginning and having an end. What does that mean? They are momentary. Why are they momentary? Because what is in between end, beginning and end? What is there? Middle. And the middle is momentary. So they are besought by not only having a beginning, having an end, but the middle that is there is also what? Kshanika, momentary. So madhyakshana kshanabhavitvat. Kshanabhavi means it has the fallacy of being momentary. Kaunteya, oh Arjuna, mummy is boy, you have to be strong. Kaunteya kuntiputra nateshu bhogeshu ramate buddha. Buddha means viveki. Who is viveki? Avagata paramartha tattvaha. Paramartha tattvam avagataha yena saha. The one who knows the reality of oneself. Atyanta mudhanam eva hi vishayeshu ratihi. So the Buddha, the wise people don't revel in that at all. Who revels? Atyanta mudhanam vishayeshu hi ratihi. Ratihi, delight. The delight in objects is for the extremely dull ones who have chosen prayas. What is prayas? Pray for us. That's all it is, yeah. Because we have made the wrong choice, who have chosen extremely immediate ends and gains without looking into what they really want. So, atyanta mudhanam, extremely dull, extremely deluded, only they go after this. Drishyate, we see this in the world. Yatha pashupar prabhritinam, meaning they have primal needs and they go primarily after them. They follow these needs like even the animals. They are not far away from the animals who delight in whatever they delight in. So if you bathe the pig and put some perfume and lipstick on it and say you have been elected the queen, beauty queen, and then it will see some mud and say, what? I'm having a mud bath. Take back the crown, I'm going. It will just shake off the crown and the ribbon that you have put on its tail and then just go and roll in the mud. So it won't say, oh, I have been given a new lease of life. It doesn't have that understanding. It doesn't need that understanding. We need that understanding, and we must not behave as though we are bestial in nature, not very far removed from all the beasts, because we are samskrita. Samskrita means we have the benefit of introspection. of being civilized by Vedanta Shastra, Vedanta Shravanam. Samskrita doesn't mean Samskrita Buddhi, doesn't mean the Buddhi which knows Sanskrit. Samskrita Buddhi means the Buddhi that has the ability to do Atma Vichara, self-enquiry, and the Buddhi that is free of Ragadveshas. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi